It feels like Cleveland has been backed into this corner where everybody keeps saying the same thing. You guys have passed on all these quarterbacks. Now could you imagine if they passed on Sam Darnold? One of these guys becomes, an all-pro right away. And they have their pick of every quarterback. They don't have to trade. They can take any quarterback they want. And it just feels like that's the direction they're going. If you're not sold on them, don't take one. That's the point. But if you really love somebody and you say, I can't, Scout told me yesterday, you can't go wrong with Sam Darnold. You just can't. He's the surest quarterback that you can take. But the other ones, Josh Allen could be something really special. Lamar Jackson could be something that is unique. Like that's what you're getting. That's what they're trying to weigh out here. But Sam Darnold, I was told yesterday, you just can't go wrong with Sam Darnold. I'm saying, yeah, you can. It happens. Because you can have a great talent. And I still go back to David Carr, Derek Carr's brother. David Carr was as athletic, sharp as any quarterback that I've seen coming out of college. He was better than his brother coming out of college. Just went through a wrong situation. He got sacked more times than any other quarterback in NFL history. That first year, when he gets sacked 63 times, something like that. Lost his confidence and was never the same. You have Carson Wentz going to the ideal situation where you have a head coach who was a backup quarterback. You had Frank Reich, who was a backup quarterback to Jim Kelly. They knew how to ease him in, help him. By the way, it helped that Carson Wentz is a football savant. And then you look at Goff. If Jeff Fisher's still with the Rams, Jared Goff would probably be looked at differently. We would look at him as a potential bust. But Sean McVay came in, understood exactly what he had there, and utilized all those talents. But also surrounded him with a good offensive line. Cooper Kupp proved to be a go-to wide receiver. And, you had Todd Gurley playing great again. Then you had a very good defense there. So all of that, helped Jared Goff. You don't have to go out there and be the man. You have weapons. Yes, McLovin.
Sounds a lot like a certain argument that we all know. System quarterback.
Who's the system quarterback?
You just described system quarterbacks left and right. You're saying in the right system, these guys succeed. In the wrong system, they won't.
Okay. How many systems have a backup quarterback as a head coach and a backup quarterback as the quarterback's coach?
There's got to be a few. A lot of backup quarterbacks are coaches. But generally, you're saying...
How many head coaches were backup quarterbacks?
Oh, maybe 10? I don't know.
Peterson, Frank Reich now, because he was on the Eagles staff, went to the Colts. Andy Reid wasn't. Bill Belichick wasn't.
Well, but you said...
John Gruden wasn't.
You said basically Jared Goff was a bust when Jeff Fisher was the coach. Then Sean McVay comes in and he's not a bust. That's the quintessential system quarterback argument. The system has a huge factor in how well a quarterback does.
No, it's not a system. It's the people who are there. If you brought in an offensive-minded guy...
Right.
Sean McVay, who helped Kirk D. Cousins in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, like the Kyle Shanahan system is going to help quarterbacks, basically. It's not even that radical. I'm just saying, like, quarterbacks will thrive under, like, the right coaching structure. It's a system quarterback. Yeah, that's what a system quarterback. I mean, come on, Bill Walsh made a lot of good quarterbacks. You can't argue against that. It's just...
So Montana and Steve Young?
Of course they wouldn't be Montana and Steve Young without Bill Walsh. They'd be good, but that helped the two of them all work together.
Was Peyton Manning in a system?
Yeah, Tom Moore was his offensive assistant coach who made Scott Mitchell into a 4,000-yard passer.
1 year.
I know. Peyton became the system. Yes, he was in the Peyton Manning system.
Was Brett Favre in a system?
Yeah, he was in the West Coast.
Is Aaron Rodgers in a system? No, those guys are unique.
They happen to have great quarterback coaches. They really had the best.
So good that they just let Aaron Rodgers, quarterback coach, go.
Right, but I mean, Brett Favre came up with the creme de la creme of coaching. He came up with Mike Holmgren, Mike McCarthy, Andy Reid, John Gruden. I mean, he had everybody in his room. So there is something. It's both. It's a combination of talent and the right coaching.
You can't teach what Favre did.
Just gun it in there?
You can't. There's no system for him.
There's no system for playing in the backyard in Wranglers.
And so Brady's system is we're going to keep changing out the skill position players every single year. So that's the system. Hey, here's another running back for you. Hey, here's another wide receiver you haven't heard of. Hey, make do with that. You just lost Gronk again. Aaron Hernandez is going to prison. Hey, just make do. Like, so is that the system in New England?
Basically, it's an unorthodox one, but yes.
Oh, my God.
You stated the system argument. You're the one who just presented it. You laid it out on a platter.
I don't call it a system. I just call that, smart football, that you have people who have played the position to help you play the position. Yes, Paulie.
I guess for this argument then, a good system takes a great quarterback and maxes him out, right?
Yeah.
But what's more important? Could Joe Montana overcome average coaching staff, or could Bill Walsh take Jim Druckenmiller and make him a Pro Bowler?
No,
but when Steve Young was floundering around in Tampa, he didn't have success. So obviously, I mean,
Tampa was terrible.
Exactly, and then he went to San Francisco and maximized his talent. But you are not on a different page. You totally agree with what I'm saying. You just don't like the verbiage.
You said I give you credit. You did. Well, I did paraphrase you and said it to Joe Montana that you called Montana system quarterback.
Well, where do you fit Bill Walsh? Bill Walsh
great.
was the ultimate genius. He created all of this.
Okay.
I mean, it was a lot of Bill Walsh's system.
John Elway in his system?
Well, that's why he lost 4 Super Bowls. If he might have won some of those.
Wow. He didn't have an all-pro running back or wide receiver when he was, making those runs. Right? And I think he only lost 3 Super Bowls. Is that right, Fritzy?
I think you're underestimating Sammy Winder and Steve Sewell.
Yeah, that's true.
And Gerald Willett and Rick Parris.
And Orson Mobley, Rob Lytle.
Clarence Kay.
How about we take a break here? We'll get some more phone calls. Coming up here, Dan Patrick Show.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.